3 weeks ago, I noticed a few long-term stocks that had many short-term fluctuations. And I thought to myself, what if I actually tried trading these stocks? Because it fluctuated so much within a day that I could actually buy when it was low and sell back when it was high and keep on repeating the process. And this is what I did. So this is my third week already. My first week, I made $700. On my second week, I made $1,200. You can see me talking about all this in the previous stock portfolio update videos that I've created. Because I think that the stock portfolio update videos are getting too long, I've decided to, separate out all the content so I can create a video that's more targeted to anybody who's looking for something more relevant to that video. And in this case, the videos become a lot shorter and easier for people to consume. So without further ado, let's get right into the details for how my short-term trading portfolio has been doing for this week. So let's open the Tiger Brokers app. This is the app that I personally use to do my trading. So this is my trading portfolio. If you're wondering, I hold my long-term stocks in Saxo Trader. That is another investment account that is separated from what I use. I use Tiger Brokers more often now because it definitely has cheaper commission fees. It has pre-market and after-hours trading. So instead of trading within market hours, I get to trade outside of market hours as well. And that is an extra, I think it's a good extra 8 hours of trading time, minimally extra 8 hours. So instead of trading at 10:30 p.m. in Singapore timing, I can start trading from 5 p.m. all the way to the next morning, 7 or 8 a.m. if I'm not wrong. Yeah, but it definitely widens your window for trading. So over here you can see all the orders that I've made for this week from the 25th of January all the way to the 29th. Ignore the 23rd because that's from last week. And for this week, I only have traded 2 different stocks. Firstly, BNGO, which makes up the majority of my profit and loss. And secondly, AMC, just for the fun of it. If you've been updated on what's going on, I'm pretty sure you know GME, which is GameStop, is getting out of hand. And AMC is another stock that is being hyped. So I actually bought one stock. That was the first dumb move I made. So since we're talking about that, let me share a lesson that I've learned from buying that one AMC stock. Alright, the fact that I just wanted to try buying one just for the fun of it, I actually overlooked the commission price, which was minimally $2.13. So I set my order to buy the stock at $11. And actually, with the commission fee on top of it, I own the stock now at $13. And that kind of increased my stock price significantly. I would say close to about 15%, if I'm not wrong. And that was the first dumb mistake I overlooked. I was so comfortable with just, trading that I actually overlooked the commission fee of buying one stock. And it was really a careless mistake of mine. So I've learned from it and now I know I shouldn't let it happen again. Alright. Thankfully, the hype managed to cover the cost of the commission fee. So I'm still making like a 11 cents profit. But it was definitely a dumb move as well. So yeah, guys, don't forget that commission fees are still in play. Right? When you buy stocks, there are commission fees to look out for. So do not ever just buy one unless your stock is like Tesla that costs over $800 plus. Yeah, that can be overlooked. When your stock costs less than $50, I'll say $2.13 for commission fee is still a significant amount that you should just be aware of. Okay, now that AMC is out of the way, since I only buy one stock and it only profited me like 11 cents that I haven't actually realized yet, means that I haven't actually sold the stock and made money from it. Alright, it's just in my portfolio over there. I'm just going to see where it goes. Let's move on to BNGO, where most of my money is being made and lost at the same time. So over here you can see all the transactions I've made this past week from 25th of January to the 29th of January for the stock BNGO, Bio Nano. So I've only made a few transactions this week. The ones you want to focus are mainly these few. So from last week, I managed to buy the stock on the Friday before market close, around the $9.33 average. And at the start of the week, alright, the week started off really well. I managed to sell it off at $12.95 on average. So I made close to 3.6k. Alright, you can see here, made close to 3.6k at the beginning of the week. However, I thought the week was going to be a great one. I didn't foresee GameStop. I didn't foresee the GameStop saga coming in. After I made another $3,600 with the overall profit I had, my portfolio was close to about $13,000. I used that $13,000 to buy 1,010 shares of Bio Nano. stocks at an average price of $12.77. So I made a profit. I sold at $12.95. I bought in at $12.77, thinking that the week will be a great one ahead. However, the GameStop saga, and when it happened, my stocks only went downhill. So let's take a look at the graph. Alright, so in this graph you can see that over here I sold at the beginning of the week and I bought back in on the very same day at a lower price that I sold at. So it was quite safe to say if the price went up, I will continue to earn. However, when the GameStop saga happened, alright, everybody was so hyped about GameStop and all. People started feeling FOMO, alright, which is the fear of missing out. And when that happens, people want to get onto the GameStop train. You know, they want to get on the boat. They want to experience 100% gain in one day as well. But they do not have enough money. So what do? They sell out of other stocks such as BNGO stocks, alright, which is the stocks we are looking at, and they buy into GameStop. So as they sell out of BNGO, the price of BNGO goes down, and if they buy into GameStop, the price of GameStop goes up. So over here we can see a transfer of money. When a certain place gains a lot of money, somewhere else have to lose money. And this is what happened in the past week. Because majority of the people are pulling out from other stocks just to fund money into the GameStop stocks. And it became a pretty messy situation. Alright, I shall not go all into talking about what happened in GameStop. There's a lot of videos talking about the entire drama and what happened. Alright, so I will not go into details. But basically, because GameStop is at the center of attention, it's something like a vortex where it sucked all the money from the surrounding stocks. People are pulling out money from the surrounding stocks just to fund into GameStop. The price rise, but everything suffered a pullback. So all the stocks went down, but GameStop went really, really high. So if you look at the graph, in the past week, BNGO was trying to climb up back to the $13 range. However, it didn't quite reach there again. After Tuesday onwards, which is the peak of the GameStop event, you can see BNGO slowly trickling down in price, and that is where I suffered a very, very big loss. Right? At one time, I was down more than $2,000 easily. Right? And prices was just so low as $9.78. So you can imagine owning about 1,000 shares at $12.77, only to see it dip all the way to $9.78. I pretty much made a $3 loss on every share I hold, and that was really the lowest, so that was about $3,000 loss. However, a few days later, it managed to recover a little to $11.33, and I told myself I will cut my losses at $1,500 because I expect the GameStop event to continue taking money out of the stocks in order to fund their ridiculous movement upwards. Also over here you can see I sold all my 1,010 shares at $11.33, right, making a loss of $1,407. It was definitely one of the biggest losses I've taken, alright, but with the profit I made earlier this week, I thought to myself, actually it isn't too bad. If we do the math, overall this week, I made a $2,207 profit through BNGO alone. And that honestly isn't too bad. Last week I made $1,200, this week I made $2,000. I could have survived the week very well with a $3,600 profit, but it's definitely something that I've never experienced before. GameStop really united all the retail investors and got them all to hype up the stocks. So I definitely suffered from this one, but I've learned that if this is going to happen, it might continue on for the next week. And I've made the decision to hold cash and let prices continue to dip and buy back in at a pretty low price where I'm comfortable with, so that instead of holding on long term or holding on for the entire week, I would cut my losses slightly early, buy back in when it's really low, so I could make back what I've lost. Nonetheless, it's actually a pretty amazing week. $2,200 in a single week. It's really awesome. Simply because BNGO did really well at the beginning of the week, and I didn't really expect GameStop to have so much attention. So It's a pretty dramatic week for sure. So many things going on now with retail investors and big institutions. It never happened in history before. Just that as a victim who suffered a loss from it, it definitely doesn't feel great. But nonetheless, I still made money off this week. So I would say I'm still quite satisfied. Alright, so that's all I really have. I'm happy that I've earned more than the previous week. Alright, and from 700 to 1.2k to 2.2k. Maybe, just maybe next week, I can do better. But with what's going on GameStop right now, I really doubt. I'll just have to watch and see when it's a good time to enter and when GameStop actually starts to lose attention, right? I do not intend to get into GameStop because it's definitely a really dangerous move, especially for the ones who are entering late at the price of $300. I mean, they're still going on with the movement, diamond hands, you know, hold strong all the way to maybe $1,000. I'm not too sure. If it ever get close to that range, maybe, just maybe, I might short GameStop at 900. But it's definitely a dangerous move. I think I could lose more than I can handle, so probably not. It's just a thought that if the price range was $1,000, people would start taking profit at $900. But who knows? We'll see. Nobody can predict the stock market, right? It's definitely a life-changing one the past week. So the week ahead is going to be an interesting one. And if you're invested, you should definitely keep an eye out for it. That's all I had for this week. I'm glad to have made a profit of $2,200 this week. It's quite amazing to actually think that I've made about close to $4,200 in 3 weeks already. Yeah, maybe I don't need a job after all. Just kidding. I still don't intend to get a job nonetheless, but this is definitely a bull market. So do not consider this sustainable, alright? This is just a test I'm doing. Do not get tempted, alright? I know it's tempted. Do not get tempted. It's just a test. It's definitely not sustainable. Nobody knows how the stock market will perform in the bull market right now. So this kind of thing can happen, but it's very abnormal in a 10-year kind of period. But who knows, alright? If you've enjoyed this series, alright, of me trying to do trading, you know, the money that I have, and making quick buck here and there, do let me know. Smash the like button, leave a comment if you have any questions, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'm Cheng Yu, and I'm working on a video to help absolute beginners start investing, alright? So if you really want to get started, do keep an eye out on that. I hope you have a great week ahead, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.